just went back live again now. Try that. Is it working now? It is? You sure? It's not showing up on my end. Okay. Alright, thank you.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Built on 70 years of development and race technology, iBox's exclusive high-tensile strength spring wire is wound for maximum travel and control. Cycled and rate tested for repeatable performance, iBox's industry-leading manufacturing and quality means you can rely on iBox race springs to get you to the podium. Proudly made in the USA, iBox, the worldwide leader in high-performance suspension, engineered to win.
And welcome in, everybody, as we get things underway with a little bit of hot laps here at Lucas Oil Speedway here in Wheatland, Missouri for the IMA Midget Racing Association. We are officially underway with the hot laps as these cars are out on the track now, making a little bit of run, testing out these midgets before we go green flag racing here tonight. As you see the 99 get in the front tire there, that corner car there in 1 and 2. As we got some guys coming back out on the track here. That's going to be the 2 car of Landon Graham Jr. He's following the 93 there. The 2, the 93, and the 7. Throwing a little bit of slider action here in the hot laps. Trying not to wad up these race cars too early here tonight at Lucas Oil. As these cars are here to put on a show, we've got quite the amount of drivers signed up so far. It's going to be one heck of a night of excitement here at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. I can promise you that, as the guys from IMA have come into town to put on a show for you here tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined in the booth here with Ryan Avila. Ryan Avila is your points leader at the moment, as he is sure not to disappoint here tonight. Ryan Avila, what do you got to say about coming in here to Lucas Oil?
Not the best track for me, but I don't know. Not too sure how we're leading points. I feel like I haven't really been here for all of them, and haven't really been towards the front. But I guess just that's how it works. But yeah, find myself points racing a lot, so should be pretty good after tonight.
All right, Ryan, if you got one secret here to get out of the bag about Lucas Oil, what's it going to take to keep that IMA midget car going around the track and keeping it all fours here tonight?
I don't think it's much about the track. I think it's the people on the track as much as that sucks to say, but it's kind of just surviving. And I think that's why I'm leading the points, as Rylan, or I think it's Graham in third or second. They may have not been so lucky to survive. So yeah, I think tonight's just about surviving and finishing top 10 in the main and just having the valuable points.
All right, man. Well, congrats on leading the points here so far in 2026, and good luck to you here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there was a pretty quick word there from Ryan, as we are going to bring in one more driver here.
We couldn't hear him, and you're a little bit quiet.
All righty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we have Graham Huffman here. He's leading or second in the points now for 2026 as of now. Graham, go ahead and walk us through what it's going to take here tonight at Lucas Oil to get things underway.
It should be pretty good. I mean, we don't have a fuel mileage race this time, just like last week. Last week we had to save some fuel at Oswego. So, hopefully this will be an actual dirt race. Hopefully we can actually make the feature this week and not smash a bunch of things.
All right, Graham. Well, congratulations on being second in the IMA points so far this season for 2026, and good luck to you tonight at Lucas Oil.
Thanks.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, now we've got Rylan Gray here in the booth. He's sitting third in the points as of right now for the IMA point standings. He's going to take a couple laps around Lucas Oil here tonight. Rylan, what do you got to say about what it's going to take here tonight to keep everything on all fours and have a good, clean race car at the end of it?
It's just the main thing you have to do every week in this series is just qualify good. You know, there's a lot of cars and a lot of guys that definitely, you know, there's a reason why they're running midgets. They're learning how to race, and that's completely okay. So, you know, to get yourself a cleaner start and just a cleaner night in general, you need to qualify better. So you just have a cleaner air in front of you. You're not having to race and slide against a bunch of guys because these guys are. Midget racing has just gotten super aggressive on here. So, I think the main thing is just getting a good starting position all night and making sure you know who you're racing and just being able to avoid people and being smart.
Alrighty, Rylan. Well, congratulations on being third point setter so far in the championship point standings for the IMA Association, and hopefully you have a good night here at Lucas Oil. We hope to see some good laps from you here tonight.
Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. We're going to be back watching a little bit of cars go around the track here as we see the 11 there on your screen. And we're going to try to make some sense of who we got here. We're currently watching the Lucas Malden. He's driving the white 55 that is on your screen now. You got Aiden Price so far with the quick time of hot laps with a 13.856. 13.856 is going to be the quick time here of hot laps. Behind him, you'll have Ethan Foley and the 0011. He's going to be second quick. Behind him in hot laps is Landon Henry in the 93, followed up by Cale Coons and Hank Soares will round out your top 5 in hot laps here at Lucas Oil here tonight. Now we're going to take a little quick peek at Dane Culver. Dane Culver's no stranger here at IMA. He's in the Hall of Fame for the IMA, making some laps here at Lucas Oil in Wheatland, Missouri here tonight. Looking to have a clean race car come the final laps and try to be one of the top 3 sitting on the podium at the end of this feature. That 50 is accompanied by the 29 there on his inside. Going to drop down back below him here. That 29 washes out on the high side of 1 and 2. Dane Culver in that 50 car is going into 3 and 4. This time around, he'll hug the bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be one heck of a show here for you tonight. The IMA comes into town to Lucas Oil in Wheatland. We got some cars together. Good news is this is just hot laps, folks, just hot laps. We are going to have quite the show here tonight. We've got 37 cars registered as of now. 37 cars. Looking to have quite the night of racing. We're going to have some heat races, followed by a B main, and then we'll go feature racing. And we got a car that sends it off the track there in 3 and 4. Man, oh man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like practice is coming to an end now. We've got one car on the track as we got some donuts going on here in the pits. We're going to take one quick moment here, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to...
Built on
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here with qualifying. Landon Graham's going to be the first car out on the track. He's making his his qualifying laps here. Hugging that bottom side is Landon Graham in the 2 car. Landon Graham's going to have a 14.732 to get us started off here at the Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri, followed up by 63 of Coons. He's going to be second quick. The 65 of Stone Smith. James Turnbull goes third quick, as we are getting some quick times there. There's Parker Leak. That is your current pole sitter in the number 1. That wide out number 1. As now James Turnbull has gone top quick, followed up by Landon Henry. Parker Leak here in the 1 car. Lucas Malden is in 4th. Timothy Thurin, he's good enough for 5th quick right now. You see him that time by in the 42. He's ripping the high side here at Lucas Oil in Wheatland. We've seen the bottom side work out quick for a couple of others. Ryan Avila goes number 1 quick. We talked to him earlier. We're hoping he has a good night here tonight at Lucas Oil. There he is in the white 31. That's Ryan Avila. He's going to be your pole sitter as of now. Ryan Avila. As now we will take a quick little look here at TJ Moon. He's currently sitting 6th quick. A 14.62 for TJ Moon. Now we have Graham Huffman. He just came off of his qualifying run. He's going to take the pole away from Ryan Avila with a 14.37 for Graham Huffman. 14.37. As now we have a couple of other cars out here on the track. That's going to be the 21 of Blake Carrick. He went 3rd quick that time around. Brady Baker's currently sitting in the 14th spot. He's going to be driving that red and black 71 as he got into a little bit of the wall there in 3 and 4. And on the front stretch, he's going to go ahead and wad it up, sell the parts in the front yard. Manning Urish is now up to 6th quick. He's going to be moving right on up. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we have Graham Huffman, Ryan Avila, Blake Carrick, Ethan Foley, and James Turnbull round out your top 5 here tonight in Wheatland, Missouri at the Lucas Oil Speedway. And it looks like qualifying has now come to a conclusion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, starting on the pole, you're going to have Graham Huffman. Starting to his outside is Ethan Foley. Number 2 is Hank Soares, inside on starting the second row is Hank Soares. To his outside is going to be Parker Leak. Row number 3 inside, Mason Skinner. To his outside is going to be Matthew Rogers. Then Brian Hubert, followed by Landon Graham, and then Jackson Holiday and Bo Brannon. Then Watt Hoffmans and Aiden Schramm are going to line us out on the backhand side of things, get us closed off as we are starting to follow the pace car this time around. We've got the number 15 car, it looks like. Excuse me. No, that's going to be the 005 of Graham Huffman. Will be getting us started off here. Ethan Foley's going to be to his outside. We are getting these pace laps in here for the first the first heat race at Wheatland, Missouri, Lucas Oil Speedway. As we get ready to go green this time by, they're off of 3 and 4. Here comes the 005 of Graham Huffman. He's going to take it down to the inside. As Ethan Foley's going to go on the outside, he's going to be giving Graham a run for his money as we got a Clars in the back of the pack going together. As Graham Huffman, we stay green this time by 05 of Graham Huffman. And on the inside, Ethan Foley ripping the outside. He's going to try to make a move, get past Graham. He does. Ethan Foley is your current leader here at Lucas Oil Speedway. As we take a look here at Ethan Foley. Ethan Foley sticking to the top side. Graham down on the bottom. They're side by side. Ethan Foley up on the top side of the track. Graham looking down to the inside of him. They go into the 3 and 4 one more time. Slider there from Graham as Foley will take the cut down, get back in front of Graham that time by. As we have got quite the racing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You see those 3 cars down on the bottom. Foley continues to run the high side. Him and Graham are going to keep on battling it out. Excuse me, that's going to be Hank Soares on the bottom now. Graham Huffman had fallen back to the 4 spot, and I was unaware. That's going to be Hank Soares running in second. Keeping it on the bottom side. Foley's continuing to rip the top. He's going to have another car go up there with him. That's going to be the 926 of Mason Skinner as he's going to drop back down now. As we got good racing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's the white flag is out. Hank Soares is currently leading the race here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to try to take heat race number 1 away from Ethan Foley. Ethan Foley made that top line work for him quick. Here comes Hank Soares. Checkers for Hank Soares. Ethan Foley behind him. Mason Skinner, Graham Huffman, and Landon Graham will take your top 5. Top 5. Good racing there in heat racing number 1. As we're going to be right back here with heat race number 2 in just a couple of moments. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about heat race number 1? Thanks to everybody watching at home. Like, comment, subscribe, share the live stream around, folks. That's how this stuff spreads, is by you telling your friends, getting everybody involved. As now we will have Ryan Avila starting the pole. James Turnbull to his outside. Row number 2 is going to be Landon Henry in the 93. To his outside is going to be TJ Moon in the 9. Third row inside, Brady Baker in the 71. To his outside is Chase Conrad in the 16. Row number 4 inside, Stone Smith. To his outside, Carter Wilson in the 11. Row number 5 is Kyle Coons in the 63. Then Rylan Gray in the 81. And after that, it's going to be Oliver Golding and Brian Strain rounding out the field, ladies and gentlemen. As we are going to be getting ready to start following the pace truck around this time by. We got the pack moving a little early here, as that pace truck is now starting to make his way. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick little commercial break, and we will be back as these pace laps go underway.
This is the longest running setup shop.
As they're going to be getting ready for the green flag this time around, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with the green flag action, getting ready to go. As there they are, green flag drops. Big wreck behind him coming to the green flag. As Turnbull and Avila, they're going to lead the pack here going down the backstretch. Avila's on the bottom side. Turnbull to his outside. Slider there from Avila. As the 27 of Turnbull's following Avila down. Now the backstretch. Here they come 3 and 4. Ryan Avila's still got the lead going this time by. Turnbull hugging that inside. Avila still looking for some speed up top. There was a good little slider there from the 27 of James Turnbull. Ladies and gentlemen, this is no disappointment in the action here tonight. The IMA comes into town to put on a show. There's Ryan Avila. Took a slider there from Turnbull. He had to get on the binders. It's James Turnbull. Leads him into 1 and 2. Running the high side now. Got some company up there with him. As we got the 93 of Landon Henry sticking to the bottom, trying to make it work, trying to find some speed on the bottom. He's got 4 cars up there on the high side, looking to make one stick. There was a good slider from that all-black car on the number 9 of Moon. As those 4 cars are continuing to run the high side, we've got Landon Henry in first, James Turnbull in second, TJ Moon in third, Ryan Avila runs fourth, and Rylan Gray in fifth. As Henry continues to stay on that bottom side, Turnbull, Moon, and Avila all running the top, looking for some speed. As now looks like Moon's going to drop down to the middle, try to make it bite. We got the white flag to go this time by. A white flag to go. Landon Henry's going to be all clear up ahead as long as he can keep his nose clean. Here he comes into 3 and 4. And that's going to be a heat race winner for Landon Henry. James Turnbull follows him up there on second place. Ryan Avila finishes third. TJ Moon fourth. And Rylan Gray will finish fifth. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of heat race number 2? It has been exciting so far here tonight in Wheatland, Missouri.
Royal Purple synthetic motor oil exceeds the toughest industry standards with 6 times reduction in engine wear and 2 times greater protection against oil breakdown. Protect your investment with the oil from the synthetic expert. Royal Purple.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, starting on the pole is Blake Carrack. His outside is going to be Manning Urish in the 39. Second row is going to be the 55 of Lucas Malden. Then Timothy Theron in the 42 to his outside. Row number 3 is Nathan Lemon in the 41. To his outside is going to be the Cannon Posey of the 18 machine. Next row inside, Aiden Price in the 49. Out to his outside is going to be the Jake Erickson in the 14. Jace Park and Tyler Cato in the next row. Then Jet Martin and Chase Hodge round out the field. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about ready to go green flag action for heat race number 3 as Manning Urish is going to bring us to the green flag. Excuse me, it's going to be Blake Carrack will bring us to the green flag. As we are looking for a green flag, there they go. A good jump there from the 21 and the 39. Carrack, Urish getting in together just a little bit that time. They're going to be going down the backstretch now. There's the 39 of Manning Urish. He's going to be sticking to the bottom while Blake Carrack tries to work that top side to his advantage. As we're going to take a quick look over here at Blake Carrack getting on the top side, making it work there. Running the cushion for Blake Carrack. He's running quick. The 39 there of Manning Urish is still keeping up some speed, staying right there to the outside or to his inside. We got him wrecking in 3 and 4 back there. Looks like we're going to stay green momentarily. As Blake Carrack is out front as of now over Manning Urish. Still running the high side is Carrack. Back in 7th place here is Mike Nackey. We'll take a quick look at how they're doing in the back of the field. Looks like we've got Nathan Lemming. He started in 5th place and came back up to 3rd place. He's running the bottom side, it looks like, finding a little bit of speed, making it work for him. He is up 2 positions here in this one. As we go back to the fight for the lead with Manning Urish and Blake Carrack. Blake has now fallen back to second, giving the lead away to Manning Urish, and this one might be all his to run away with as Blake Carrack went up to the top side with him, following in his tracks, trying to find that speed that Manning Urish has got going for him. Blake Carrack right on his bumper this time by white flag. White flag. Manning Urish got 2 more turns to make. Here he comes into 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're going to have heat race number 3 winner, Manning Irish, followed up by Blake Karak, Nathan Lehman, Cannon Posey, and Jake Harrison will round out your top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen 3 amazing heats of heat racing action here at Lucas Oil Speedway. I hope that everybody so far is enjoying their time here. It's been quite the excitement. IMA knows how to show up and show out when it comes to putting on a show, especially here at Lucas Oil in Wheatland. All right, ladies and gentlemen, starting on heat race number 4 inside, pole sitter is Jet Martin in the 20. To his outside is going to be Jackson Holiday in the 12. Row number 2, Brian Strain in the 22. To his outside is the 49 machine of Aiden Price. Third row, Brian Hubert in the 15. To his outside is Landon Henry in the 93. Fourth row, Tyler Cato in the 38. Followed by Watt Hoffman's in the 48. Fifth row, Kieran Taylor in the 40, followed by Dane Culver in the 50. Last row inside is James Farron, and Brady Baker will round out the pack in that 71 machine. As we get ready to go green flag racing, we're going to be following around these cars just a couple more times. And the pace truck is off. We're going to be going green flag racing this time by as the 20 Jet Martin lights it off. Green flag racing here for Jet Martin. Running that high side now this time by. As Jet Martin followed up by Strain, Brian Strain, then Brian Hubert. Brian Hubert to make the pass on Strain momentarily. As you take a look there at the 93 of Landon Henry. Brian Strain now sitting in that second position. He's up one spot. How about Dane Culver coming from the back? He's running third place right now, ladies and gentlemen, as he's going to be up 7 positions. Fighting for third and fourth place right here. Dane Culver, look at them going, cutting down slide job after slide job. As we've got one around and the one gets into him, that was going to be the 22 of Brian Strain, got into the back of the 93. As Dane Culver sits in third place now at the moment, we're going to go back to our leader of Jet Martin. As Jet Martin's got quite a bit of gap in between him and Hubert. Brian Hubert in that 15 machine looking to find some speed up there on the top side of the raceway as they come down the front stretch into 1 and 2. Looking to follow up Martin. Martin has got the gap, looking clean air for Brian Martin. We're 3 laps to go this time by, coming around. 3 laps to go. As Dane Culver still sitting in third, trying to catch your leaders of Brian Hubert and Jet Martin. As Dane Culver is up 7 positions, started 10th and is currently sitting in third. He's going to work his way up onto the high side now, still trying to find that speed is Dane Culver. As Brian Hubert and Jet Martin are going battle to battle, slider for the lead here. White flag this time by. As Brian Hubert is following Jet Martin into 3 and 4. Who's it going to be, ladies and gentlemen? We're looking for a run here from Brian Hubert. Jet Martin at the line. It's a close one. It looks like Brian Hubert got him on the inside. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think there of heat race number 4? Brian Hubert looks like he will get the win, as that was right down to the line, ladies and gentlemen. That was a good heat race number 4 that time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, starting heat race number 5. Inside pole is going to be Aiden Scram. To his outside, Oliver Golding. Row number 2 inside, Jace Park and the 56 machine. To his outside is going to be Matthew Rogers in the 26. Row number 3 inside, Carter Wilson in the 11. To his outside is going to be the Chase Hodge in the 7 machine. Row number 4 starting inside, Parker Leak in the number 1. To his outside is going to be Cale Coons in the 63. Then you're going to have Mike Nackey in the 35. To his outside is going to be the Derek Jones driven machine 72. And rounding out the field, you're going to have Stone Smith in the 65 and Brian Hubert in the 15. As we are under pace laps right now, taking a good look at some of these cars, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you got for your favorite picks here in heat race number 5? Go ahead and drop them in the comments below. Once again, we appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. It's going to be one heck of a showdown in heat race number 5, that's for sure. As Aiden Scram leads us to the green flag, they're off. Looks like heat race number 5 is going to get the best start so far, as they get on the bottom side of 1 and 2 there for just a moment. Aiden Scram's going to keep her steady, though. He's going to be leading them into 1 and 2. Or 3 and 4, excuse me, as they're 3 wide there for a second. The 26 of Matthew Rogers took the lead there momentarily. They are all bundled up here in heat race number 5. The top 5 are battling it out for the lead right here. Is the 26. That was quite the collision there. Took away one of the contenders for the lead. As now we look at the 11 of Carter Wilson. He's up 4 positions, grabbing the lead spot as of now. He's going to be followed by Cale Coons in that 63 machine. Then Aiden Scram currently sitting 3rd place. He started on your pole, as it looks like Carter Wilson's going to start running away with this one right here, ladies and gentlemen. Carter Wilson sticking it on the bottom side. Got a little bit of a gap there. We're going to jump to the back of the pack here as we're watching the 35 there of Mike Nackey sitting in 5th. He's got quite the battle here for 4th and 3rd as well. Everybody racing clean so far. Mike Nackey to the bottom side. He's going to follow Rogers around the bottom as Scram goes up to the top looking for a little bit of speed. As now you have the Matthew Rogers 26 machine gaining on the 63 there of Cale Coons. Cale Coons currently in 2nd. They're trying to chase down the leader of Carter Wilson in that 11 machine. Got about a half-second gap. Oh, no, Carter Wilson. Got it. Or was that lap traffic? Nope, that was Wilson. As now the 26 of Matthew Rogers is going to take the lead here. He's got quite a bit of a gap now, as it looked like Rogers got into the infield tractor tire, and that is no good. Matthew Rogers gets the white flag coming to the flag stand this time in 3 and 4, as it looks like Matthew Rogers is going to walk away with this one pretty good. He's up 3 positions, started 4th. How about Aiden Scram? He's going to be following behind him in the 2nd place, looking to be battling for 2nd there with the 72 of Derek Jones. Derek Jones coming into 3 and 4 this time. This is the fight for 2nd, ladies and gentlemen. Derek Jones, who's it going to be? Derek Jones finishes 2nd, followed off by Aiden Scram. Then Stone Smith and Jet Martin will round out your top 5. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 5 heats have came and gone here at Lucas Oil in Wheatland, Missouri. What do you got to say? It has been one heck of a race here tonight, presented by the IMA Midget Racing here on Fearless Broadcasting. I'm Tri-State Race Media up in the booth calling this race for you guys. I hope everybody's having a great time. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe once again. We appreciate everybody tuning in, as it looks like we're going to be getting ready to go heat race number 6. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, heat race number 6, we have Mason Skinner. And the 926 starting on the pole, TJ Moon to his outside. Starting row number 2, Nathan Lehman in the 3rd place. Graham Huffman in 4th. Then Rylan Gray. This might be a B main, ladies and gentlemen, or another main. We've seen a couple of these cars run already. Cannon Posey is going to be to Gray's outside in the 18 machine. Then Landon Graham in the 2. To his outside is going to be Chase Conrad in the 16 machine. Then Jake Erickson in the 14. Bo Brandon in the 33. And rounding out the field is going to be Leo Rubio in the 25 and Lucas Malden in the 55. As we are pace lapping. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the people to watch here in this race is going to be Rylan Gray. He's currently starting 5th, looking to make it up. They're going to be green flag this time by as Mason Skinner leads him to the green at the flag stand. Hugging that bottom is Mason Skinner, followed up by the 41 of Nathan Limon. The 9 car of TJ Moon, followed up by a couple others running the high side, trying to track down the 926 of Mason Skinner. It's still his race here at the moment. Skinner and the 41 of Nathan Lamont sticking to the outside. Up on the top, you got the 9 of TJ Moon. And the 05 of Graham Huffman. They're 4 wide there coming to the front stretch, as Mason Skinner is going to keep holding on to this lead right here, ladies and gentlemen. As we're going to go back into the Nathan Lamont. Nathan Lamont's currently running 4th in that 41 machine, following back to Rylan Gray. Rylan Gray's making that top side work for him. He's found the speed here at Lucas Oil, ladies and gentlemen, as they are battling up front all over the racetrack, battling for the spots. Mason Skinner will still lead it, followed up by Rylan Gray in your 2nd place. Rylan Gray started 5th and is currently running 2nd. I told you he was the one to watch here, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be looking to try to track down Mason Skinner, as Mason Skinner washed up just a little bit. And Mason Skinner's looking at his inside here. A 1 and 2 slider there from Rylan Gray. As they're going down the backstretch, Mason Skinner will still have the lead this time by. They are battling hard here in this one. 4 laps to go, excuse me. Mason Skinner, Rylan Gray, TJ Moon, Landon Graham, and Graham Huffman round out your top 5. Rylan Gray goes to the bottom, looking for the inside on Mason Skinner, trying to make the bottom tack up just a little bit and catch some speed. He'll run the high side in 1 and 2. There goes Rylan Gray on the outside. Coming up on Skinner right here close, going to the 3 and 4 together. As Skinner blocked the slider, Rylan Gray's going to drop down to the inside. Rylan Gray's got it, coming to the flag stand this time. 2 laps to go. Rylan Gray's sticking to the high side in 1 and 2. As he's starting to pull away from Mason Skinner now. Rylan Gray How about that? Started 5th, and he's leading them here at Lucas Oil. White flag this time. He's got to keep it clean for Ryland Gray. Mason Skinner in 2nd, trying to track him down. But look out, here comes Landon Gray. Landon Gray's going to try to make the pass for 2nd place on Skinner. Skinner drops to the outside. Graham went way up the racetrack there in 3 and 4. Your top 5 finishers will be Ryland Gray, Mason Skinner, Landon Graham, and Graham Huffman. Oh, that was quite the consolation race there as Ryland Gray went up 4 spots to go and claim the win that time by. And ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready for heat racing action, or feature racing action, excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got quite the list of drivers here. Go ahead and tell me your favorite picks if you're watching at home. I want to know who your pick is for the feature win here at Lucas Oil. These guys have put on quite the show. IMA is always about putting on a show when they come here to Lucas Oil. As we are getting cars warmed up, making their last minute adjustments. And we will be right back.
Built on 70 years of development and race technology, iBox's exclusive high tensile strength spring wire is wound for maximum travel and control. Cycled and rate tested for repeatable performance, iBox's industry-leading manufacturing and quality means you can rely on iBox race springs to get you to the podium. Proudly made in the USA, iBox, the worldwide leader in high-performance suspension, engineered to win.
Royal Purple synthetic motor oil exceeds the toughest industry standards with 6 times reduction in engine wear and 2 times greater protection against oil breakdown. Protect your investment with the oil from the synthetic expert. Royal Purple.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
"16 cars make the feature." We're going to have James Turnbull starting to the pole. Hank Soares to his outside. Row number 2 inside is going to be Manning Urish in the 39. To his outside is going to be Ethan Foley in the 011. Third row inside is going to be Ryan Avila in the 31. To his outside is going to be Blake Carrick in the 21. Then Ryland Gray in the 81. To his outside is going to be Mason Skinner in the 926. Inside row number 5 is going to be Landon Graham Jr. in the 2 machine, followed by Graham Huffman in the 05. Then the TJ Moon 9 machine, followed by Matthew Rogers to his outside. And then we will have Jake Erickson, Chase Conrad in the 16, and rounding out the field will be Nathan Lamont and Lucas Malden. As we take one quick second here, 64 degrees in Wheatland, Missouri at Lucas Oil. You see it's cloudy nighttime skies here in Wheatland, as we're going to be getting ready to go feature racing here pretty quick. As they go the 4 wide salute, this time by the flag stand. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, go ahead and pick out your favorite drivers here to win this feature race for the IMA at Wheatland, Missouri, Lucas Oil Speedway. As there's a good shot of the 4 wide salute that time by. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be watching a couple different cars here close. We've got Ryan Avila in the 31, Rylan Gray in the 81. Ethan Foley had some quick speed going around the high side. He's rocking that 011 machine. He's going to be starting 4th place in this one. Hank Soares is going to bring us to the green flag. Excuse me, I believe it's James Turnbull will bring us to the green flag. Yes, James Turnbull brings us to the green flag. As we're looking out of 3 and 4 this time by. Green flag racing here at Lucas Oil Speedway as James Turnbull and Hank Soares bring us to the line. Hank Soares looking at Turnbull's outside, trying to make it stick. They go down the back stretch. Here comes the battle for the lead. The 27 and the 36 of Soares. Soares to Turnbull's inside. They're making a race here for the lead. They're side by side going into 1 and 2. A little bit of a slider there from Soares on Turnbull. He says not today. He's going to be looking to the outside. Soares reclaims the lead. Turnbull looking to the inside of Soares that time by. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 4 cars here biting for the lead. There's Blake Carrack in 3rd place. He's already up 3 positions. Then you got Ethan Foley started 4th and running 4th. He's going to be looking for some speed on the bottom side of the raceway, as he's got her tightened up running the bottom hand side. Blake Carrack is up now 4 positions as he's going down the outside looking for the lead, coming on 3 and 4. Or 1 and 2, excuse me, this time 3 and 4. Turnbull continues to lead us this time by the flag stand. Hank Soares in 2nd. As Blake Carrack is up 3 positions, battling for 2nd here with Hank Soares. They're coming together there just a little bit there in the middle of the raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a 3-car race for the lead, as Blake Carrack has found some speed on the top side of the raceway through the corners. He just doesn't have quite enough on the straightaways. He's going to cut down. He's going to be following right up a 27 car, James Turnbull, as Hank Soares, Turnbull, and Blake Carrack, 3 cars for the lead. He's also going to be joined by Ethan Foley. Ethan Foley's starting to close in on him. He's still running tight to the tires on the bottom, as Blake Carrack looked like he got into the wall there right by the flag stand. Still running up there with the leaders, though. We're going to take one quick look back, go to the middle of the pack, as we've got Mason Skinner and Ryan Avalon, quite the battle back here. There's a slider there for the 39 machine of Manning Urish. Manning Urish and Mason Skinner going at it a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at lap 9 of 50. We've got a battle for the lead here, as we're 4 cars still battling for the lead. Foley had him just a little bit there on the inside. Carrack's still running the top, as Carrack's going to find that speed, looking to pull away from Turnbull. As there goes Carrack, Soares. Turnbull sticking to the bottom. Suarez runs the middle, and Carrick takes the top, and Carrick's going to be leading us this time through 3 and 4. It's going to be Carrick at the line, followed by Turnbull, then Suarez, then Gray, followed by Rogers in your top 5. Ethan Foley's managed to go back down to 6. It looks like he needs to move up off the bottom of the raceway, find a little bit more speed. He's down 2 positions here in this one. As Matthew Rogers currently running 5th. He's up 7 spots here. Looking to find some speed is Matthew Rogers, as he's going to be running the high side here in 3 and 4. Looking to avoid Hank Suarez. He'll go to the bottom of Hank Suarez. It's going to be Turnbull, Current, Gray, Rogers, and Foley now in your top 5. As Matthew Rogers is currently 4th, up 8 positions. You got Blake Carrack pulling away from the pack there on the front stretch. As he is starting to pull away with this one. We're at lap 15 out of 50. We've got Turnbull and Rogers still battling back here for the 2nd spot. That's going to be a 3-car fight. It's going to be the Gray, Turnbull, Rogers, and Foley all fighting for spot number 3 here at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. James Turnbull running the 2nd still, followed by Rogers. Rylan Gray is up 3 spots to the 4th. He's going to be trying to get Rogers take that 3 spot away. As Turnbull, Rogers, and Gray are battling for the 2nd spot. This is 3-car battle here. All 3 cars run the middle of the raceway there in 1 and 2. Going down the back straightaway this time. Turnbull, high side 3 and 4, middle, and there's a little bit of contact there on Turnbull by Ethan Foley, it looked like. Not Ethan Foley, excuse me. I think that was going to be Rylan Gray. Matthew Rogers now finds himself in the 2nd spot. He's up 10 positions, ladies and gentlemen. Started 12th in this one here tonight in Wheatland. Up 10 positions, currently running spot number 2. Behind him is going to be Rylan Gray and the number 81 machine. He's currently up 4 spots. As Rylan Gray now worked the top side there in 3 and 4. Coming down the front stretch this time by trying to catch Matthew Rogers. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 30 laps to go the next time here by the flag stand. A little bit of contact there again for Turnbull and Gray, as it looks like Gray is going to take over that 3rd spot once more. Rogers now battling the lead with Blake Carrack, 1 and 2 this time. We got a new race leader, Matthew Rogers, up 11 positions to take position number 1 away from Blake Carrack. Matthew Rogers passes the flag stand this time by. We've got 26 laps to go. It has been quite the show here for IMA at Wheatland. Rogers, Carrick, Gray, Turnbull, and Ethan Foley round out your top 5, as Ethan Foley started 4th and has been able to manage to hold 4th. That's going to be him still running the bottom side there in 3 and 4. You see him coming to the flag stand this time by. There's a whole company of cars behind him. There's Hank Suarez and the 05 machine there. And we've got a yellow on the raceway, as the 05 of Graham Huffman, he got into the back there of Suarez. And we are going to have a yellow on the raceway, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a quick second for a commercial break.
Royal Purple synthetic motor oil exceeds the toughest industry standards with 6 times reduction in engine wear and 2 times greater protection against oil breakdown. Protect your investment with the oil from the synthetic expert. Royal Purple.
We are having quite the show here, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. My mic was muted for that last little bit after the caution. As Matthew Rogers, Ethan Foley, Rylan Gray are your top three. We got quite a battle here with Foley and Rogers, as Foley has been able to find the speed on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's got her tightened up, making it work for him here tonight at Lucas Oil. Matthew Rogers still in that second spot. He's up 10 spots. Looking to track back down Ethan Foley. As you see, Ethan Foley now trying to find some speed on the bottom side of the racetrack. Trying to track down Ethan Foley. The bottom side has treated Foley well here tonight. We've got 16 laps to go in this one, ladies and gentlemen. As now we're taking a look at the 41 of Nathan Lemon, as he's got some company this time by the 31 machine. Yellow on the speedway. Yellow on the speedway, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what caused that one. We're going to be our second caution, and that'll give us another time for a quick little commercial break.
Built on 70 years of development and race technology, iVox's exclusive high tensile strength spring wire is wound for maximum travel and control. Cycled and rate tested for repeatable performance, iVox's industry-leading manufacturing and quality means you can rely on iVox race springs to get you to the podium. Proudly made in the USA, iVox, the worldwide leader in high-performance suspension, engineered to win.
And ladies and gentlemen, what do you think so far? We are in our second caution here at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. We've got Ethan Foley, then Matthew Rogers, Hank Soares, Rylan Gray, James Turnbull round out your top five. But 1 second here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at Nathan Lemon. Up 9 positions, started in 15th and is currently running 6th place. He's going to be in that red, white, and blue 41 machine as we're going to be getting ready to go green this time by Ethan Foley. Leads us to the line here. Green flag racing back once again at Lucas Oil Speedway. As Hank Soares and Rogers now battling for the second spot. Soares looking to the back, the top side of the racetrack, excuse me. Matthew Rogers, on the other hand, is going to stick it down to the bottom where Foley's been running good, trying to keep up the speed with Foley. Soares is still running the middle of the track, trying to keep it up there with Rogers. Everybody here is trying to track down the leader, which is Ethan Foley in the 011. Yellow on the speedway, yellow on the speedway. As ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we've had 2 cars exit the track. That's going to be the 2 car of Landon Graham. And 55 of Lucas Malden went in for a little quick pit, and they are going to be coming back out to rejoin the racing action here tonight. Feature event here at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri has not been a decent disappointment, as the IMA Racing Association has brought quite the show of midget racing here to Lucas Oil. Ethan Foley is going to be leading us to the green flag once we get to that point. Ethan Foley, Hank Soares, Matthew Rogers, Rylan Gray, and James Turnbull round out your top 5. James Turnbull was leading this for just a little bit here tonight, looking to find himself back up there to fighting for podium position. As we are green flag racing back here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Hank Soares washed up the track just a little bit. Ethan Foley still making the bottom work for him. He's got 10 laps to left to hold it together. That bottom side has done him well here so far. Yellow on the speedway. This is going to be the 4th caution of the night, ladies and gentlemen. As it looks like Hank Soares might have caught in a tail end of something bad, as he's going to be down at the back of the pack now. Hank Soares has been fighting for podium all night long here at Lucas Oil, and he looks like he's going to catch an EOL penalty. Whether he was caused the caution or involved in the caution, I am not 100% sure, but he's going to be finding himself towards the back of the pack. As well as Matthew Rogers now looks like he's going to be down in the back. We are on our 4th caution here tonight for the midget racing at Lucas Oil Speedway, Wheatland, Missouri. A beautiful night here, about 63 degrees. It has been quite the show IMA has put on here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Make sure that you guys like, follow, share the stream, as we've got, I believe, about 12 laps to go, somewhere in there. Might be a little less than that. I think we somewhere between around 10, I want to say, is how much we got left. Here comes Ethan Foley as he'll lead us to the green flag this time by. We got a wheel stand coming out of 3 and 4. That was the 926 of Mason Skinner. He's going to drop back down to 10th now. As Ethan Foley up 3 spots in the lead, still making the bottom side work for him here. As Rylan Gray is in the 3rd spot, looking to pass up James Turnbull here. He's going to look to the inside. As Rylan Gray, Turnbull, and Ryan Avila are all battling for that 3rd spot there. As Gray got a little loose there on the bottom, it's going to be a 5th caution here at Lucas Oil. Caution number 5. As it looks like Jake Erickson and the 14 machine got loose there in 3 and 4. He's going to try to catch up with the rest of the pack. And we have the 2 machine of Landon Graham. He's going to find himself back down to 15th spot, down 6 positions. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Lamont there, as you see in the red, white, and blue 41 machine. He's up 9 positions, currently running 6th. Then you have Rylan Gray sitting 3rd, up 4 spots. He started 7th, or 8th positions actually. He's up 4 spots, started 8th. Then we have Ethan Foley, James Turnbull, Rylan Gray, Ryan Avila, and Blake Carrick round out your top 5. So we are green flag racing. 7 laps remain here in this one. Ethan Foley is keeping it to the bottom. It has worked well for him here tonight as he is now starting to build up that gap. We're going to go back and take a look at Ryan Avila and Rylan Gray battling it out here. Rylan Gray sitting at that 81 machine. He's going to be running the bottom hand side. James Turnbull and Ryan Avila both up to the top side. Yellow on the speedway. This is going to be number 6. As it looked like Ryan Avila got involved in that one. He spun her around, got a little bit of help. Blake Carrick also following back to the back of the speedway, as you're going to see some of your top guys following to the back due to some incidents. And it has been a disappointing night for some here at Lucas Oil. You heard some of the drivers talk about it pre-race, but how some of these guys are new to the iRacing and learning to drive. That's all okay, but We expect some of the best racing here tonight at Lucas Oil. We've had a decent show so far. I believe we're going to be 5 laps remaining. As Ryan Avila and Blake Carrick are both now in 15th and 16th spots. They don't have a lot of time to try to work them way back up. It looks like this show may be all Ethan Foley's, ladies and gentlemen. He started 4th here tonight. Currently running in the first place position as they're going green flag racing this time. Ethan Foley going to keep her down on the bottom as Turnbull washes up just a little bit, looking for some speed to try to catch Foley. I don't think anybody's going to catch him down there on the bottom, though, as he is gripped up down there. We got cars all over the racetrack looking for the speed to track down Ethan Foley. As James Turnbull has found himself back up to 3rd. And Rylan Gray took away that 2nd spot. Rylan Gray may be trying to give Foley some competition as we have our 7th caution now. 7 cautions at Lucas Oil Speedway for IMA. As it looked like Hank Suarez might have ended up getting involved in that again, as he's going to go back to the pack. He's already been there once. I know he worked himself back up just a little bit. Blake Carrack has been able to move up at least 1 spot. Ryan Avila has gone up to 13th now. Matthew Rogers is down there at the bottom of the pack as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, it's kind of weird to watch us all flip. As Ethan Foley has gone up 3 spots to claim 1st. Rylan Gray's up 5 to claim 2nd. Turnbull started 1st and is currently in 3rd. And Nathan Lamont has gone up 11 positions from 15th to 4th. We are waiting for the green flag to drop to finish off this feature here at Lucas Oil. Ethan Foley's going to bring us to the green flag, this time out of 3 and 4. Rylan Gray follows him up, followed by James Turnbull, then Nathan Lamont, then Graham Huffman. Graham Huffman also up 5 spots, battling in the top 5 here tonight. Green flag racing Ethan Foley. We've got 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Ethan Foley going to keep her on the bottom, keep trying to make what's already been working work for him just a little bit longer. As Ethan Foley, this time out of 3 and 4, he's going to have the white flag. White flag for Ethan Foley. As he got into the inside tire there, slowed him down just a little bit. We may have a race come 3 and 4. As he got that tire that time, he'd been perfect all night long running the bottom. He's going to have it still clear for Ethan Foley. Ethan Foley will be your feature winner here at Lucas Oil Speedway, followed by Rylan Gray and James Turnbull. Then you'll have Nathan Lamont ending up 4th, and 5th you'll have Lucas Malden. And we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to try to get a couple of these drivers in here for some drivers interviews, as that was quite the spot there for Ethan Foley. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Foley joins us in the broadcast booth. Ethan, what do you got to say for yourself, man? You were able to keep that thing glued to the bottom the whole night, was able to make it work for you, battled your way around. You almost cost yourself there at the end getting into that inside tractor tire. Walk us through how your night went here.
Yeah, it was pretty good, you know. Qualifying was alright, heat race. We took the lead for a little bit there, then
stuffed it up, running around the boards and sent it off the lip. But yeah, in the main, rolled the bottom, tried a few lines, and I kind of just figured out that the bottom stuck for me more.
Well, congratulations on your win here tonight, buddy. It has been quite the show, and we're going to continue to be back here week after week putting on a show. We look forward to seeing you climb the point standings, and congratulations on the win again.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Is there anybody that you'd like to thank?
I'd just like to thank Cody Palmley for the setups. You know, they're amazing. Everyone should go check them out.
All right, man. Once again, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you back next week.
Thank you for that. Hopefully we'll do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so you heard some words there from Ethan Foley picking up the win here at Lucas Oil Speedway, the Australian getting it done. Now we're going to take a look at your second place finisher, Rylan Gray. All right, Rylan, you were able to battle your way up 5 spots to get into the finish in second position. What do you got to say about your performance here at Lucas Oil?
I thought it was all right. The track was just different tonight. The top went away really early. I don't know if that was a weather thing or what, but I did some changes to our setup stuff. Me, Matthew, and James were all running up front most of the race. Manning came in late as well. Just seemed that the setup changes that I did really worked out in the end. It was going to be hard to get by Ethan just because the race is right around the bottom, so I was just waiting for him to make any mistakes. And he did have that last one on the last lap, but it still wasn't enough.
All right, Rylan. Well, congratulations on your second place finish here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway. Who you got to thank?
Just Precision Motorsports, Art of Speed, and Chris Ferguson Motorsports, Majula Speed Shop.
All righty. Congratulations, Rylan. We look forward to seeing you back here next week, putting on some more racing action here with the IMA Midgets.
Yep, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your second place finisher, Rylan Gray. As now we're going to be talking to your third place finisher of James Turnbull. All right, James Turnbull, you were able to you started on the pole, was able to keep it, keep your nose clean all night long and keep battling and found yourself winding up third spot. What do you got to say for yourself here tonight at Lucas Oil?
Yeah, I feel like we were pretty decent. The first, 5 to 10 laps, we were just pacing ourselves on the bottom. Just with the way the track was, it was very technical. The middle was the early line, and then Blake showed me the top and pulled us by a straightaway. So we migrated to the top too late, and I fell back a little bit. But towards the end of the race there, just tried everything I could. I knew the dominant line was on the bottom there, and Ethan was pulling us. So sitting there second, third for most of the race towards the end, I was just trying different lines because I can't pass someone when they're on the bottom. So Ethan put on a good show, was super fast. My teammate Rylan was extremely fast as well. I was happy that Precision got a second and third. Shows that we're really fast and whatnot. So I thought tonight was really good performance. Very happy with the podium.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you hear it from your third place finisher of James Turnbull. And who do you got to thank before I let you go?
I just got to thank Rylan Gray and everyone at Precision Motorsports for the setups. We were dialed tonight, so big shout out to Precision.
All right, man. Well, once again, congratulations on your third place finish here in Wheatland, Missouri at the Lucas Oil Speedway, and we look forward to seeing you back next week for more IMA action.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for your IMA action here at Lucas Oil Speedway. It was not disappointing. It was one heck of a night all throughout. We had a little bit of contact, getting mixed up some people there in the feature. Everybody that was kind of battling for the lead, you seen them flip-flop back and forth. Some of them even went to the back of the pack. It was a very, very exciting night, ladies and gentlemen. We look forward to having everybody back in the seats next week. Once again, we appreciate everybody being here. If you haven't done so already, like, follow, and subscribe. You can also find me personally, Tri-State Race Media, on all platforms. And we'll catch everybody on the next one.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today, and remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.